And welcome back, test subjects, to How to Resource Pack. And today we are going to be talking about the rest of what is in the resource pack. Last episode we talked about the basics of like retexturing and stuff, and this episode we're going to be talking about how to like change anything else that's besides textures. So let's go back into the file that we have here. So if we go back to resource packs and go back in here, so the assets, Minecraft. Now the reason that there's one called Minecraft is because, like, let's say you have a mod that uses textures, you can do like a new folder that has like the name of your mod or whatever. I have no idea what that's about. There's other tutorials I think, but that's what Minecraft is. So in here is where we get into other things we can do. So we can go to block states. This is like just basically every single block that changes, because what block states does is it, depending on like what happens to the block, then it changes the model. Like for example, doors. Like this is what makes it so that like if you place it in a certain place in a certain way, then that's where the hinge is, and like when you open it and stuff. But like what you could also do is change the textures in here so that you change stuff in here so that sometimes you can have random textures, like coal, for example, like the coal ore. So you can change how the coal textures go, like 2 different textures that randomly happen. I'll get into that in some other episode. We've got font here. I have no idea what this is. Lang is very cool. So it just has English slang right now. There's others in the other resource packs, but usually when you start, it'll just have this. Now in here, whoa, it just got nuts. So it's opening in, it opened up in Notepad right now. So right now it's like this, but I have right here, where is it? Okay, let me copy this from my other resource pack. There will be a link in the description for a download to the easier to see lang. So let's delete this. So like lang means like the language, like how everything will change in the language. So if we actually go in here we go, that's better. So we can actually see, let's resize this. We can actually see like how all the items are named. So let's actually go to, so like this actually changes. Here we go, tile, this is chest. Here we go, this is like blocks, like what blocks are called. Items, like we can change what the name of the stick is. Like, let's do... here we go, stone shovel. Let's name it to stone spade. Let's do that. Just because. So save, and then when we go into here, as you can see right now, it's still called stone shovel, but if we reload, okay, so we reload it. As you can see, now it's called stone spade. So you can play around with this, like you can retexture a golden sword to look like an emerald sword and then rename it to emerald sword. I'll do that some other time. That's lang. Loot tables is really cool. So this is gonna change, like, you can make it so that like dungeon chests will change the loot. So like if you wanted it to be like a special item that you have made, like with command blocks, then this will be able to change like how that applies. I'm going to do that in some other episode. Models is one of the main ones that we're going to be using, which actually changes like how the blocks look. So I'm trying to think, is there a model I've made? I don't think I see one right now, but there's like, you can make like, instead of just a stone block, you can make it like stone spikes or something, like, and then like with items and stuff too. That's what models is about. We'll get into that some other episode, probably in a few episodes on there. Shaders I wouldn't mess with. I have no idea what that is about. Structures, I don't. These are like structures you can add into your world to like change these, like the fossils, the end city dungeons. Like these are all based on structures. Texts, you can have a lot of fun with this. This changes how like you can change the splashes on the on Minecraft. For example, so let me actually show you what they are. You can change how these are. See, like this right now it says slow acting portals, extra things, undocumented. Also try Mountain Blade or something. Tell your friends. Deja vu. There's no stop. I don't know what that means. Fools reply to my tweet. Never. Yeah, that's a good one to know. But you can actually change how that is. So let's actually add one like J-Doctor is the best. Then we can hit save. And then like you just do a new line to add another one. So let's just save that. So let's get back in this world. And so let me reload. And if we go back, now you can see it says J-Doctor is the best. No idea what that's about. But yeah, you can do that. So that's basically what texts is. You can change how the credits are and stuff too. Textures is one of the big ones that you're actually going to be using. So if we go in here, now we're into a whole bunch of other things. So we have like basically all the photos and stuff that everything is showing in here. Like redstone is one, stone is one, everything you see, even the inventory space. You can change how any of this looks. Where there's a pixel, that's what you can change. So that's what textures is all about. So we have blocks here. This is how all the blocks look. This is where you can change everything. I'll get into what these are in a minute, later in another episode. We've got all kinds of things here. We've got color map, which is like grass and foliage, like how the biomes change the color of the grass. Like you can, let's just play with this quick. We can actually colorize this. Let's make it pink. Color balance. A whole lot of magenta. See, we can make it like oh dear, let's make this orange. So let's see. As you can see, we changed the thing there, and if we reload, the grass is orange now. You can actually change how that color is and stuff. So now it's orange. Maybe in some other biomes it'll look like pink and stuff, but it changes depending on what biome you are, so you can change that. That's what color map is. Effect. I don't know what that is. Entities. This is where all of the mobs and like all the creatures and everything, like armor stand, how that looks. Banners. Yeah, you can change all of these designs, like the Mojang, like when you have a golden apple, you can make it like your logo or something like that. Bear, polar bear. You got everything there, so that's all entities. I'll have a whole entire episode on that. Environment, you can change the color of, you can change how clouds look, the end sky, the moon, the rain. You can make the rain like always snow, and snow, the sun. You can change how the sun looks. Heck, you can make the sun a giant troll face if you wanted. That would look weird. Font. Now this is a little complicated, but if we actually open this up, if we open this up in GIMP, whoops, there we go. If we open this up in GIMP, you can see like how all the text looks. You can make it look different. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. Alright, so you can change how all of that looks. GUI, I still don't know what that stands for, but it's like something. But you can change the hunger bars and stuff, how the menu bars look, the arrows, the demo background. You can change how the Minecraft logo looks on the menu, how the menu background looks. I'll even have a tutorial of how to make your own, like how it looks in a world. Achievement stuff, presets, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. Items like swords, beds, and broken elytra apparently, and all kinds of stuff. The map, how that looks. Miscellaneous, like enchanted item, the banner, the Jeanette, I don't know what that is. The shadow, like with my Jade Archer resource pack I made, like, I changed that to square instead of a circle. That's actually a fun fact. That's one of the only circles in Minecraft. Pumpkin blur, you can change that. You can make it that's not all blurry and, like, make it some kind of custom picture that shows up on your face if you wanted. Like, for example, like if you're gonna have a map, you could, like, put a pumpkin on someone's head and, like, have, like, the name of the map show up in fancy text. You know, all kinds of stuff here. Models. Now, this isn't really models. This is just where you can change textures of armor. Like, you can make it look like a player skin and then just have someone standing there. It'll confuse people. You can change the paintings. You can change the particles. Now, there's, like, the footprint particle and these particles, you know. That's all of the textures folder. You can do all kinds of things with this. So we're back here. So that is basically the structure of resource packs. So you're going to be using these a lot. Now there's one other thing you might want to know. Let's say you were going to make a resource pack that has all the textures that you want changed, but when someone is playing, like, let's say you have a map that you're playing, but you want, like, your textures to work still, but, like, if someone has a resource pack on, their resource pack will still work, except for the texture that you changed. What you're going to actually have to do is a bit complicated. You're going to still do all of this. But when you have, like, the blocks and, like, basically, you're going to need at least, like, the ones that you want replaced will only be in here. Alright, so I'm trying to find this. I'm trying to find an easy way to explain this. What resource packs will do is it'll just pull up whatever texture you have on that is in the file. But if the texture is not there, then it'll just find an existing one that's, like, if someone has a resource pack on but there is no bedrock texture in your folder, then their bedrock will show up, but the rest of it won't. It's kind of hard to explain, but I think you get the idea. So, like, if you want their resource pack to work, you just need to make sure that the only textures that exist are the ones. What? If you want people to make sure that it works with their resource pack, you just need to make sure that the only existing folders, the only existing textures, is the ones that you've changed. Yeah. So that is basically what resource packs are. Now, here's another tip you're going to want to know. By the time you're done with your resource pack, you're going to right-click it. Or you're actually going to go in here and use 7-zip if you have it. Or if you're on Linux, you can just do this, I think, but on Windows you don't. But you're going to you're going to need to turn it into a .zip file so that it works for other people. But when you're editing it, make sure it's not, because what you're going to end up doing is, like, turning it into a .zip file, and then you're going to need to turn it into it's just confusing. So don't turn it into a resource pack that's a .zip file until you're done with it completely and you know, okay, I'm done with it, I don't need it anymore. So that is how resource packs are. Thanks for watching, and in the next episode we will start talking about I guess, like, all about, like, transparent. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And until then, I'll test you later. Bye!